All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 13th, post CPI. We just had CPI come in and Q still pretty much here, still in this key pivot, key daily time frame pivot here in the 21K area. So the focus for this morning, very similar to what we did yesterday. We want to see how price is going to be responding to this higher time frame zone, treating this as a 100-point zone. But given the proximity to the 21K level of interest, that's going to be the main watch here off of the open. Buyers want to see this area show acceptance. So they want to see some acceptance above this 21K level of interest, prior area of support from late last year and early January. Sellers, of course, looking for the opposite. There's a very high time frame inflection point, so it's probably going to take a high time frame to resolve. Yesterday, just kind of churned through this area. If we take a look at that 5 minute from yesterday, just had a kind of a late morning, early afternoon structure build out right in that zone. NQ closed on session highs, or at least near session highs, right into that 21K area. And now we have a pretty muted overnight session. CPI did give a decent move there, a 100-point move, but for the most part, not a big update in the current structure. So again, just kind of looking at this gray zone. We want to see how price responds to this area. As of right now, NQ trading 995. So it makes the main watch here off the open pretty simple for us. Pretty simple. About 2 minutes till the open. So NASDAQ, again, just a lot of churn right here. 21K, you have the prior day high right there at 996. So the fib from the CPI move on the screen. Now, if 21K fails, if that prior day high fails, you have 900 and VWAP down here. Be the main area to be watching for. We don't have a 10 a.m. print or anything like that. So let's see this open. About 20 seconds. 20 seconds till the open. Session volume point of control, where are we at? Oh, it's way down there at 858. You got ES actually within the prior day range currently. Post CPI, it rejected that prior day high and the 58.75 level of interest. NASDAQ pretty much still here. Prior day high, 21K area. Session high, what is that? 8.5. There's your new high of day. Sellers just got trapped pretty aggressively there. It's that bullish backdrop. It's hard to fight. That is hard to fight. Yeah, a little structure spring there. Definitely. So 21K stays on watch. Still kind of in this post CPI structure. What's up, Dom? So we'll see how this area is going to be treated right through here. A little bit of resistance there following the CPI move. And sellers show up right there. See if NQ can break that point. Likely we'll go for the overnight high. There's your new high of day. There's a decent little modified opening drive sort of entry there. Not bad. Wait for the reclaim of 21K, then the retest. Trim a little more off as we get into overnight high. Not bad, not bad. Let's see if overnight high actually trades. Got the trail in profit, so there you go. We like it. We like it. Can we break the overnight high? That trap on the shorts was, painful. Painful. You could see the liquidation point too with that wide candle on the lower time frames if you check your 15-second. It's that bullish backdrop putting in work. We got the trail down beneath 35 here. I thought we'd get a sweep of the overnight high. Don't want to give back too much of that open profit at this point. See if that higher low starts to build out. If not, we'll get trailed. Let's take a look at an intraday fib here so far. Volume already tapering down. All right, there's your spot to raise the trail. I'll go just beneath 40. And we continue to ride. Continue to ride that opening drive spring-esque setup there. I love a good trap. We love a good trap. You got ES bumping into 58.75 level of interest in the prior day high. Let's see if NQ can make a new high right here. We get the new high of day. There you go. New high of day. How about some follow through on that? Volume tapering down quite a bit. Pretty surprised to see that. Gonna lift the trail a little bit to about 42. So far, no acceptance above the overnight high, just a little blip above. Here was that trap right through here. Undercut that prior structure. I'm going to lift the trail just beneath 55. Not really the action I want to see at overnight high. This is the target anyway, so. There you go, new highs, new highs. Trail remains the same. Upside level of interest is at 150. We still have 20 minutes till 10 a.m. ES up and through that prior day high. May get trailed right here. We may get trailed. Another higher low right in this area. There's the trail. There it is, back to cash. Back to cash. Not bad. Not a bad way to start the morning. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's next here. Back into that overnight high. Staying patient right now. Just trailed out of that trade 2 minutes ago, so potential lower high at the overnight high. Let's see. Let's see how this structure builds out. Looks like ES retested and held prior day high so far. No new high of day just yet. Want to see some more clarity here before I put on any more risk. Sellers want that rejection here. They want that lower high. And that's what they're looking for. How's our profile looking? High volume node building out. See that building out there. Volume pretty light though. Volume through time anyway. Oh, volume actually super low. What the hell? What is going on here? Let's bring that intraday fib back. Got about 10 minutes till 10 a.m. Just got the one trade so far. I don't love where volume is at right now. It's a bit of a concern this early in the day. A little consolidation nation. Right here at the overnight high. See which way this resolves. Back into session highs. Did we get a new high of day? There's your new high of day. Yeah, sellers put up a fight there, but bullish backdrop, pre 10 a.m. directional. Gotta have crazy conviction to be jumping in that one, jumping in that short. NQ coming into 100 now, 21 100. Upside level of interest is 150. ES, a beautiful retest of that prior day high and level of interest. Look at that. Anyone get in there? Anyone trade the S&P? It's a nice setup. No position personally. Waiting for 10 a.m. Dom. Yeah, at this point, that's a good call. Wanted a better break and retest of the overnight high. Yeah, that was not the as far as a re-entry. That's not really what you want to see right there. NASDAQ just pressing the highs. Fresh highs, fresh highs, fresh highs. Bullish, bullish backdrop. Doing the heavy lifting. Still just with the one trade this morning. Five till 10 a.m. No data. No data. Coming into that 150 level of interest, just staying patient. Good volume coming in right now. Much better volume. You got ES up through that overnight high. What a great re-entry at 58.75. That's what you want to see right there, Dom, as far as a retest of a level. That was beautiful. Yeah, Chrissy, we got the 21K. 21K long. A little bit of a more advanced entry there on that 21K prior bar high. That's what you got to do sometimes. That is what you got to do. Yeah, the little retest. Little retest of the 21K. Reclaim and retest. That's the Mish signature entry right there. I wonder if he was in it. If he caught that. All right, 30 seconds till 10 a.m. NQ kind of in no man's land here. Just shy of the 150 level of interest. There's 10 a.m., no data or anything. At this point, just chilling. Not much for me to do currently. Not much to do here. Overnight high retracement. Yeah, let's see if price can get there. And then what it looks like once it does. NASDAQ new high. Where'd the profile go? Where's my profile at? I almost had that volume point of control shift up into this area. Let's get an update here on our higher time frame. We're at the next leg. We are not that far off of the all-time high here. What are we talking about? Another 6%, 6.5%. 6.5%. It's not that long ago. Everyone was saying the world was ending down here. It was really not that long ago. Nothing like price to change sentiment. A little bounce to change some sentiment for you. Anyway, I wanted to see this daily chart. Let's see how much of the move have we retraced? This got to be like 78% maybe, almost. Wow, my fib eyeball is not that bad. Pretty close. There's 78% right there, 225. The fibbler eye. See how this 150 is going to be treated. What day did we shift that intermediate term backdrop to bullish? I think it was Thursday. I think it was this day. Thursday. I'll have to check the notes. But it's been bullish for like 3 weeks now. My market structure is undefeated. Market structure is all you need, baby. The fibbler eye, yes, sir. That's right. Just gotta eyeball it. See if sellers show here. See if sellers make an attempt at 150. Still just a 1-for-1 morning for me. A little bit looser with the trail. Could have stayed in. Had I gone for the 1-minute structure, not the 15-second structure. Could have held that, but that's part of the game. It's all part of the game. There's NQ through 150. It's maybe a lockout rally here. No entry provided. Whatever you do, don't chase. Do not chase. 165. That's a nonstop zipper. YM and RTY not participating at all. Russell session lows, YM just pretty choppy there. Easy to not chase, but don't fade. Yep. Ninja Trader copier? Nah, I use Tradovate personally. So I can't comment on that. Yeah, Benny would probably know. I don't know if he's in here. Don't know if Mr. Benny's in here. Got better volume. See if we actually get another entry or not. ES coming into 5,900 level of interest. What a nice entry on that S&P. Like right through here. I like that entry. Or even right through there. Major glitch with Ninja Trader. Put you in a 10x position? Oh my goodness. That is scary. Man. I've been there before years ago with Thinkorswim. That was my last day using Thinkorswim. I remember it quite vividly. Went in for an options position. Didn't fill, hit it again, didn't fill, hit it again. And next thing I know, I'm in a 3x position size. That was my last trade ever with Thinkorswim. Switched that day. The good old Thinkorswim days. My God. Feels like a lifetime ago. NQ just sitting right here on 150. NASDAQ. See if they give us a new high. Yeah, rejection there at the highs. Russell is trying to bounce versus VWAP. Your new high of day. Oh, that a wallet patter. The old wallet patter. Let's see. Can we trade 200 NQ new high of day? Trim a little more off in a sec. There we go. Just got to wait for that re-entry, you know? There we go. Nice work, Ray. Go ahead and lift those trails. Yeah, that was a basic high or low at the level of interest. Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff there. I like levels of interest. See if they give me a spot to raise the trail here. Ideally, 200 holds. Looks like YM coming for session highs finally. Pre-market plan and patience, yes, sir. Both of those things are key. Didn't like the signal, Dom. That's all right. Just don't do anything crazy now from FOMO. Don't do any damage from FOMO. All right, there we go. There's a good spot to lift the trail. We'll go 194. There it is. We're riding. We're chilling. New high of day. Our upside level of interest is 300. We got good volume. Oh man, I gotta lift the trail now. Without market structure, got a runaway train here. Not my favorite. 50 points with no structure. Jeez. All right, I gotta lift it to 230. Prior bar low. The momentum moves actually make it harder to trail. At least for me. Slow grind higher kind of builds out, it builds out that structure, but the momentum, we'll see if they take it right here. Let them have it at 230. There it is. Not bad. 160 up into 230. Add another 70 points on the day. All right. All right. It's not bad. They'll keep the lights on. They'll keep the lights on for you. It's all right. All in a day's work. 2 for 2, both at levels of interest within the bullish backdrop. The context very important right now. So main watch coming into this morning was pretty much whether or not 21K would hold. This gray zone would hold. You have the trap that gets set right off the open, little spring setup there, undercut the CPI higher low, reclaim 21K. We wait for a retest of the 21K. Notice don't buy on the break of the 21K. Grab the retest. Take that into overnight high, get trailed, and then just wait for another entry. Comes at the 150 level of interest via a higher low. Very basic market structure setup right there. Now we wait. See what else we get here. Looks like the trail ended up being appropriate. That's really why I don't like those velocity moves, because index is going to be mean reverting. So odds are you're going to end up seeing a lot of that momentum be retraced. So happy with that trail. We'll take that. Now for ES, if you trade the S&P, keep an eye on 5,900. Bit of a concern here right now. We'll see how this closes, but the 15-minute starting to show us some exhaustion. We still have, what's that say, 8 minutes, 9 minutes for the candle closure. But yeah, I would not want to be caught up here. So we'll just see. We'll just see. We shall see. Let's bring that intraday fib back. So the shallow is kind of there in no man's land, 182. The 38% is near our level of interest. It's noteworthy. Yeah, so year to date chart, we've got all the volume for the year still overhead. Good call on the alligator mouth, Ray. That's pretty much filled here. Definitely possible that the easier trades of the morning are now behind us. How's everyone's morning anyway? How we doing? How are we doing? Done for now? Yeah, probably same. Albert, one of one. Nicely done. All we need is one good trade. Yes, sir. Nice push there off of 21,200. No position personally. Dom shutting it down. Cash. Green 2 for 3. Took a small stop. NQ coming back into session highs. Might be time to call it. Might be time to call it here. I'll definitely entertain a retest into 150, depending on how the action looks down there. Or this is just going to continue to rally. Look at the action up here at 300, but volume's tapering down. Look at this volume, below average. Nailed 2 pretty good trades. Both aligned with the game plan for the morning. So I think we call it right there. Thank you guys for your time. We'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank as always for the rest of the day. But as far as the stream, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. If you have questions about anything, you can always reach me in the Traders Think Tank. Send me a DM. That was a pretty good sesh, though. ES, if you trade ES, keep an eye on 5,900. That's a big level of interest there. Otherwise, We will see you tomorrow morning. Take care, y'all.